Major Second Amendment case is before the Supreme Court today. Do Americans have a fundamental right to carry handguns in public in the name of self-defense? Well, the case challenges a New York law requirement for people to get that license. Gun rights groups say they're too strict. Devin Dwyer joining us now from the Supreme Court with more. So, Devin, how did the argument seem to go today?
Hey, Kira. Well, you know, it's really quiet out here right now at the Supreme Court, but make no mistake, this was a hugely consequential Supreme Court case today, both for public safety and for gun rights. The justices hearing arguments for just about 2 hours, an hour over the scheduled argument time, Kira, over this case on Second Amendment rights, the biggest one in a decade. And it's a major test for the conservative majority up here, including those 3 justices appointed by President Trump. Now, at the center of all this, as you say, is a New York state law that puts limits on how a person can receive a permit to carry a handgun concealed in public places. New York law for more than 100 years says you have to show a proper cause or a special need to have that permit. Now, today, the state argued those restrictions are reasonable in history and tradition of this country, necessary to limiting the right of guns. But gun owners, Kira, said that that is too discretionary. It gives state officials the ability to limit someone's constitutional right. And if this is rolled back, it could have sweeping complications nationwide, implications that we heard about today out here on the Supreme Court steps. Take a listen to some of what both sides had to say.
This is about preventing New York from becoming the next Sandy Hook, the next Parkland, the next Orlando, the next Las Vegas, the next community devastated by gun violence. And that's what we're defending here in the Supreme Court today. Gun safety laws, gun licensing laws save lives, plain and simple. And hundreds of years of history support that and support states being able to defend their public spaces and protect their citizens from gun violence.
You know, there's this argument that it's going to be the Wild West if we, you know, allow anybody who wants to carry a firearm, and that's just not the case. You know, when you look at statistics in these states, you know, there's not rampant violence. You know, there's actually, I think, a lot of times more violence.
So those gun rights advocates, Kira, arguing that because of the state of the country right now, more people need the right to arm themselves, to defend themselves. And if the Supreme Court strikes down this law, Kira, similar laws in 8 other states besides New York, experts say it could result in more firearms, concealed firearms, on the streets of many major cities. Kira?
You know, I know you're always intrigued by the justices' questioning. What do you think the takeaways were today?
Fascinating arguments to be inside and watch, Kira. All of the justices highly engaged today. And I got to tell you, a majority of the court's conservatives signaled real skepticism about this New York law. Even though it's been there for 100 years, they were wary of allowing a state official so much discretion to decide who can get a permit to carry. In fact, Justice Brett Kavanaugh, one of the most influential on this court right now, said, why isn't it good enough to say I live in a violent area and I want to defend myself? He was showing sympathy to gun owners who simply want to get that permit and carry that weapon. Now, Barbara Underwood, she's the Solicitor General of the state of New York. She vigorously defended the state's law, and she said local judges in these jurisdictions should have the ability to decide who can and can't get these weapons. There was a lot of concern about public safety implications here, Kira. All of the justices across the bench were worried about what this could mean for carrying weapons in public places, stadiums, and such. So perhaps they'll carve out some sort of language about where the time, place, and manner of carrying weapons can be limited. But it did seem at the end of this argument that New York's law is on shaky ground, Kira.
Clearly a consequential case. Devin Dwyer there at the Supreme Court. Thanks, Devin.
Thanks, Kira.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.